Yo, 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 welcome back to That's Fyre. My name's JD, and this is episode 99. Now, if you have seen an episode before or are my friend and are watching this and you're like, what the fuck, dude? You haven't done a podcast in months. I know. I apologize. That's on me. But, life gets crazy. And I've been fucking working, trying to start up other things and lost focus of this, and I just want I've honestly thought about stopping to do it, but I don't know. I just think this is something I set out to do several years ago, and I've been on and off with it. It's been 2 months since I did my last one. And it's, September 18th. So it's been almost 3 months. Yeah, coming up on 3 months. And, I've been pondering about how this podcast can go, how it can, put light on the EDM, dance, electronic, whatever you want to call it, community, the rave community. And, when I set out to do it, I set it out to, it sounds selfish and it sounds kind of crazy, but to kind of help people. I mean, there are a lot of podcasts and comedians or sports people or musicians, music journalists that I've followed that, are important to my day-to-day life. And so I was hoping to kind of be that for people and help people escape in a way and covering something that I really love, and have kind of lost that for a little bit, but I'm back, and this is episode 99. I know when I switched channels, I think, because I was doing them all on my personal YouTube, and then I started this own YouTube, and wanted to, let me put on my glasses real quick, because I filmed these with my glasses on, and I don't know. It's something that matters to me. And, not that I'm some sort of very important person, but when COVID was happening and things were crazy and all this stuff was popping off, I was like, hey, there's no one really out there that does really good dance music coverage. And I loved this shit. Fell in love with this shit a decade ago. And so we're coming up on 10 years of my first lightning in a bottle for my first festival experience. And so I wanted to, show my stuff and show what I could do. But when I switched over to the YouTube, or switched over to this channel, I miscounted the episodes, and so this is actually 99. I think on the last episode I'm like, this is 99, we're almost at 100, and so this one is the real 99. And I thought, hey, why don't I get back in front of the mic, do a podcast? There's a lot that's happened, and just get to 100. Getting to 100 was hard, but and is hard, but I'm gonna get to 100, and we're gonna fucking do it, and then we'll see what happens from there. I just want to get to 100, but it's tough when nobody watches, nobody knows that I'm doing this even, or is following. That stuff gets difficult, but in the end, I genuinely think this idea is real and can work, and I believe in it, and that consistency has been my biggest issue. And but this is a genuine attempt at putting some light on the dance community, showcasing the people who are a part of it, whether that be DJs, the different stories of festival goers, the behind the scenes people who are so important, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. And so I do still believe in this, but last few months have been me kind of refocusing, working a little more, doing other stuff outside of this, and still trying to get around to do it. I have a lot of anxiety, a little bit of depression, that sort of thing. Not to sound like a giant pussy or anything, but there's a lot of factors that get in the way, and it's tough to be this person on this podcast and this person that I say that I want to be if I'm not there for myself. So picking this back up and like at least getting to 100 is what I want to do. It's like I keep thinking about that meme where there's two guys like digging a tunnel, and one guy has like his head down and is walking the other way, and the other guy's almost there, and on the guy who turned around and walked away was like this close to the diamonds, the room full of diamonds. And so let me just get to 100 and see where it goes. You never know. Like maybe this episode, next episode, boom, we're gonna be pulling in some people. We're gonna gain some traction, and I can keep doing this thing. But just want to apologize to whoever needs to be apologized to, myself really, and just sit down, buckle in, and do another podcast and talk about something that I really love and I'm very passionate about: dance music, the scene, the culture. And yeah, so I appreciate you if you are here. Let's get into it though, So this summer was a big summer for me. I know we're in December now, but I was able to attend two of my favorite festivals, EForest and Lightning in a Bottle, and last week or the week before, those lineups got announced. Relatively early lineup announcement. Irregular for Lightning in a Bottle. I don't know really when EForest does it, but this Lightning in a Bottle lineup, dude, insane, ridiculous, awesome in every way. And I think most of the discourse is positive. I think also a lot of people who are positive aren't as on the internet as much. So like the internet's kind of a very negative, shady place, but most of the discourse was positive. I am seeing negative discourse about like John Summit and Subtronics being on the lineup because they're too big, too mainstream, other mainstream artists being on here. They bring the worst crowds. There's this sort of divide right now between people who have gotten into dance music the last couple of years and people who have been around like longer, like myself or whoever else. And it's kind of like this sort of negative outlook on like, oh my God, think about like the frat boys John Summit is going to bring in. Think about, the mainstream fucking Subtronics is going to bring in. Listen, this is particularly to the LIB community. If you are a real LIBer, you welcome people with open arms. Show them the ways of LIB. Not that LIB won't do that itself, because that's what happened to me. I mean, I was 18 without really a sense of the club dance culture versus like the rave and camping festival dance culture. But it's our job, man, to, instead of letting other people ruin your experience, and before you even buy your ticket or even step foot on the festival grounds, letting people like proactively ruin your experience, look at it like in a positive light. Perhaps the magic of LIB will change some people. I'm sure your first festival experience and how you acted then, however many years ago, is way different now. Way different than the way that you act now and like how you experience raves now. It sounds like a naive thought, but I feel like the magic of the rave and the magic of LIB will carry over. So like, choose love instead of hate. I'm seeing some of these comments that are like, oh my God, LIB lost it, or like that, like some bullshit like that. It's like, no, dude, this festival is magic and it's going to be awesome. And I mean, shit, the entire like big font section, John Summit, Khruangbin, Jamie XX, Fortet, Sammy Vergi, Monolink, Troy Boy, Subtronics, Blessed Madonna, Shy Girls, Channel Trace, Tape B, Hamdi, Peekaboo, Tin Liquor, Francis Mercier, Sultan Shepherd, Eli and Fur, Salute, Interplanetary Criminal, Flodan, Joy Orbison. Like, I'm running out of breath talking about it. Chloe Kayet, I don't know how you say her name, but I love her too. Girl Math, Vanessa Nala. Saw Nala a couple years ago at LIB. Sophia Cortez, I know, is pretty good. Azeka is amazing. Taiki New Light. Like, The return of Claude Van Stroke. He's been performing as Barclay Crenshaw the last couple of years. He's going to make his return in 2025. And I actually don't know if this is going to be the first show that he does as Claude Van Stroke, but on the lineup it says the return of Claude Van Stroke, so that's great. Brownies and Lemonade All-Stars, staples in the LA rave scene. Sesko, Coco and Breezy. Kilimanjaro, The Librarian, who I saw at my first LIB. Mary Droppins, first or second LIB, but Mary Droppins, another one. And this is just the first part. They're going to announce all the undercards, and there's going to be some surprise sets. I mean, musically, this is the strongest LIB lineup over the last couple of years, I guess. But, again, it's not even about the music. It's about the people who are a part of this community, and you are misrepresenting the community by going online and being like, the people are gonna just shut up. I mean, I've said this on the podcast before, but my first rave, my first LIB, I was with 3 of my buddies. We all just graduated high school, 18 years old. And we were rolling around with all these people in their 30s, all these veteran ravers, and they kind of showed us the way. And I think that's kind of what has gotten lost over the last few years. There are so many people joining the rave scene and not enough of the veterans, like, showing them how to act and how to be. Like, I was 18, off my shit, had the best weekend ever. But, like, going to a set at, like, 2 p.m., throwing down a tapestry, hanging out with the squad, you know, bunkering down in the back part of the crowd while one of our, you know, group, one of our friends was like hula hooping over there. Those sort of like chill rave experiences that like young people don't get, and like probably the people that you were describing as like, assholes, like crazy people, like, just fucking relax and show them the way. You know, show them the way. That's another reason that I think this podcast would be good, because there's all these, I don't know, maybe me just talking about this will chill people out who are annoyed at the fact that these fans are coming to the festival, and, you know, just turning it around and maybe inspiring some 18-year-olds to like, hey, let's be open to everything. We don't have to be, you know, super loud and arrogant, and it's just like, this place is full of love, and I promise you it's going to be one of the best ones yet. It's going to be 10 years since I went. It'll be my 15, 16, 19, 3, 4, 15, 16, 19, 3, 23, 24. This is going to be my 6th one in 10 years, and I'm just so excited for it. So, the lineup is great. The festival itself is great. If it's going to be your first LIB, you're going to have a magical time. Don't worry about those comments. And if you're one of those people commenting, stop worrying too, man. It's going to be all right. It's going to be fine. If you are like, it's just not plur to be like, not xenophobic, but just like anti people breaking into the space. Like, more people into the space means more people positively influenced. Instead of looking at it as more people ruining your experience, it's more people who will be enlightened, etc. And I know it kind of sounds crazy, kind of sounds naive, but I'd much rather look at it that way than look at it the other way, you know? Electric Forest, another lineup that came out. Naturally, these came out the same day, so naturally people were comparative. And if I were to be comparative, I would say I like LIBs a lot more. Also, that's kind of immature, because these headliners every day is insane. On Forest, you got Justice, Liquid Stranger, and Sarah Landry on Thursday. Tiesto, Louis the Child, and Worship, which is like the DNB All-Stars, on Friday. Subfocus, Dimension, Culture Shock, in 1991. I'm not too familiar with Culture Shock, but the other 3 I'm pretty familiar with. DNB is not really my go-to, but like everyone else, it's grown on me this last year or so, and so that's going to be an insane set. They have a Red Rock show, I think. They already did one, or I'm going to do, or are going to do one soon. Fisher, Disclosure, and Barry Can't Swim on Saturday. Disclosure's going to be a DJ set. That'll be awesome. And then Sunday is Khruangbin, Of the Trees, and Mochak. 2 incidents from the String Cheese incident who got ringed out this last year at Forest. Also, this last year at Forest, I was there with the media pass, so that was fucking fun. Love this place. The mecca of camping festivals, I would say. The perfect balance of, that sort of whatever mainstream crowd that these super, like, I don't know, these people who are just, like, EDM's funny because it's, you get into it or if you've been around it for a while, you get into it as sort of this underground genre, and like it becomes part of your personality that you are different and you are so niche, this, that, and the other thing. And then when people who are fans of major artists, or if an artist gets too big, like people will stop listening to them, I think all of that logic is just silly. We are all one community. We're all one community, and that's how it should be. But this undercard, Blondish, In the Forest is going to be insane. Caribou, I need to go. Clooney, Confidence Man, Crank Dat, Hamdi, Gordo, Interplanetary Criminal, Lily Palmer, Loco Dice, not sure how you say that. Mersive, Mind Chatter, Nia Archives, Will Clark, Zangara. And then on the bottom, 33 Below, Bambi, Beltron. These are just people I know. Ludes, Luffy, Maz, Moody Good, Pretty Pink, who I've found a couple weeks ago right before the lineup came out. Pretty Pink came on shuffle on Spotify. Love her. Melodic techno. Gonna be great to vibe in the Forest. Riordan, The Philharmonic, Villager, YDG. So it's like, I think people were mostly concerned that there's not a lot of bass on here, and not enough. But I don't know. Insomniac runs it now, and the state of dance music is very house prioritized, I guess. So there's that. But this one's going to be awesome too, and it's another festival. It's like anyone could be on this lineup, and if you go, you're gonna have a fantastic time. The Forest will provide. Forest will just provide. Next up, the Coachella lineup dropped a little bit ago, but it's been a while since I've done a podcast, so we'll go through this quickly. Lady Gaga, Green Day, Post Malone, Travis Scott designs the desert. Another year where the headliners are obviously huge, but not particularly moving to me. I'm thinking like Beyonce, Harry Styles. All these people are massive, but nothing crazy. And Coachella is one of those things where, like, if you are like, oh my god, this lineup sucks, like, it's too big to suck. Like, there are just simply too many people that are gonna be there and that are on this lineup for you to say that. Every year Coachella is gonna have a lineup that will allow you to go see someone you want most parts of every day, like, if not the entire weekend. So the biggest one for me is Kind Music in the desert. They were on the lineup a couple years ago. I think they were in the Yuma tent, but like, need to see them. Also, Travis Scott being at Adam Port's set, I think this last weekend in Miami, insane. How awesome is that for dance music, that Travis Scott is putting on a guy like Adam Port, who, when you think about Kind Music, have been, they're like, pretty sure they're in their 40s. They're like older guys and have had this resurgence over the last few years, like, after having this as their like life and as their career for, a long time. And to have them pop off like this is so cool. Another artist that people are either like, oh my god, I love them, or they got so big that people all of a sudden turn their opinion on and like, oh my god, can I stop playing? Like, pop out, that. It's like, I hate annoying people like that. Please don't be annoying like that. Just please. If there's one thing you get from this podcast, stop being annoying about this artist not underground and not niche enough for you, so now you don't want to like them. Like, dance music is trending up, guys. It's trending up, and if you don't want to be a part of it, leave your bad vibes somewhere else. You know, you're the ones who are saying, I don't want any bad vibes. Oh my god, all these new people. What if people talked about you like that when you joined? These are healing places, healing spaces, man. These are magical places, these music festivals, and you just got to be welcoming and just be a good person, be a decent person. You know? It's tough, man. It's tough. But Adam Port and Travis Scott, awesome. Travis Scott designs the desert. He'll probably be at the goddamn Kind Music set. They got to give him a main stage, probably. They got to give him that second main stage, I'd assume. Because there's going to be a lot of people there at their set. So, Coachella lineup, I like it. It's going to be fun. The Movement Detroit, I was looking up like last minute headlines for this. Movement Detroit put out kind of the first phase of their lineup. Detroit, the home of techno, house techno oriented festival. Would love to try to go to that one year. But Anfisa Letiago, if you don't know her, she's awesome. Carl Cox hybrid live set. Carl Craig, Chasing the Status. Jamie XX, John Summit, Klang Kunstler. I've seen that name. I don't know much of that music. And if I don't say their name and you're like, oh my god, this guy doesn't fucking know, like, sorry. Like, I'll try to learn it. Patrick Topping, Sammy Vergi. May 24th through 26th. I think that's the same weekend as LIB, though. So not this year, but lineups are dropping. It's all like, it sneaks up on you, you know? It's like festival season sneaks up like summer bod season. Like, you're like, oh shit. Or in college, you're like, oh my god, spring break's next week. I'm out of shape. Or now as an adult, you're like, oh my god, it's Memorial Day and I have the biggest beer belly ever. That's why I started going to the gym, dude. You gotta get ahead of that stuff. But it's like, it's December. These lineups are dropping. Festival season is right around the corner, dude. So start getting ready, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally. Get it together because it's coming and it's gonna be a fun one. I feel like this is gonna be a fun festival season. Let's see, what else happened? Avicii documentary is coming December 31st, New Year's Eve, and last concert footage. I think Netflix is going to have intimate footage included in a documentary. And then I think they're two separate things. I think that, balloons. I think, fucking Christ. I think they're going to have like a documentary and then they're going to have the concert, like a concert thing on Netflix. Or it's just going to be the set mixed into the documentary. But I'm pretty sure the way that it looked was that they're going to have like a lot, like, you know, how people upload their live sets on YouTube, they're going to have that on Netflix. His last set from Ibiza, Ushuaia, from 2016, 2 years before he passed, but never before seen footage and interviews. Avicii himself narrating some portions. Follows him on a winding journey of life from the very first breath at the maternity ward in Stockholm in 1989 to the tragic end in Oman in 2018. Love Avicii. Get emotional talking about that. Another little headline. Top posthumous. I don't know how you say that. word, but celebrity earners. Let me look up how you say that word, actually. Posthumous. Let me see. Posthumous. The Google guy just sounded British there. I don't know if you guys picked that up, but posthumous celebrity earners of 2024, the top ones, 4 of them are musicians. The one that isn't is Dr. Seuss, who has made $75 million posthumously. But the first one is Michael Jackson, $600 million. It's crazy. Thanks to the international touring version of MJ, the Michael Jackson musical, the King of Pop still reigns in Germany. So they're big on MJ in Germany. His longtime estate attorney, John Branca, claims the tickets for the Hamburg opening 25 are selling out, with the potential to be the show's largest market. Additional productions in London, Vegas, the U.S. tour, separate from the Broadway show, pull in $6 million weekly. So his estate is still making money off of musicals for this guy, not just the streams and everything else, which is pretty incredible. Number 2 is Freddie Mercury, Queen's frontman, coming in at $250 million. These guys making this much money dead is insane. Shows you how big they are. I wonder what, like, Taylor Swift is going to make posthumously. I bet you they'll be able to make more of, like, the GOAT argument, like, when all these people that are big right now who kind of, like, challenge the posthumous shit are dead. I wonder where the Beatles fall in it, you know? 2 of them are alive. That's an interesting thing. Maybe when they both die, it'll be revealed that they smash MJ out of the water. Or is MJ the GOAT? Who knows? And the GOAT argument in that sense would be, like, based around money, which we don't like to do in the music industry, but it is a factor. Who knows? The band's $1 billion catalog sale in June, holy fuck, was the highest price ever recorded at the time. In total, Mercury earned $241 million more than his 2020 appearance, thanks to a jump in estate earnings from the Rami Malek-helmed biopic Bohemian Rhapsody. Love it. Dr. Seuss. Let me just read about this. Dr. Seuss, $75 million posthumously earned. The beloved children's... This article is from Forbes, by the way. The beloved children's book author continues to delight young readers as The Cat in the Hat, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and The Lorax are introduced to new generations. Licensing for theme parks, TV, movies, and apparel make up the rest of the author's earnings. So all that stuff also factors into everyone on this list, but the 2 new offerings include gold and silver collector's coins, scam, and Dr. Seuss babies, which are pint-sized versions of the Grinch and Sidney Lou Who, among others, are designed to entice the littlest of readers. Shout out Dr. Seuss. Elvis Presley has $50 million. Let's see. A combination of licensing, music streaming, and revenues generated by Graceland, his Memphis, Tennessee home, remain extremely profitable. Graceland welcomed 600,000 visitors this past year, according to family representatives, despite a fraudster's best effort to sell it at a foreclosure auction in May. In August, the Department of Justice charged a Missouri woman with attempting to defraud the Presley family of millions. Wow, that's dramatic. Crazy. 600,000 people visited his home. And then, lastly, Rick Osasek? frontman for the American new wave band The Cars. I'll be honest, my bag isn't this deep. But millions came from he has 45 million. Millions came from a September deal with Primary Wave, with the company acquiring a stake in the late Cars frontman's publishing, name, image, and likeness rights. Among many hits, Osasek penned the group's most popular single, Just What I Needed. Just what I need, just what I needed. That one? Okay, I know this guy. Which was one of the Rolling Stones' 500 greatest songs of all time. Osasek and the Cars scored 13 top 40 singles and have sold over 20 million records. Oh wow, the list keeps going. I just had the top 5. Prince is 6 at 35 million. Bob Marley, 34 million. John Lennon, 17. Interesting. Whitney Houston, 13. R.I.P. to these goats. That's great shit, man. Daft Punk movie going in theaters one night only. So this news came out a little bit ago. I think you can still get tickets. It's tomorrow, December 12th, I believe. Might have to go buy a ticket, but I've seen this online and was interested in it, but never watched it. I think you can find like a super shitty version on like Facebook or something like that, but Interstellar 555, The Story of the Secret Star System. It's an anime film that came out in 2003 that was used as a visualizer to their album Discovery, this album that had One More Time, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, etc. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it, but there's the movie itself, no dialogue, just the music, 65 minutes. The story follows the abduction of an alien band by an evil human character who subsequently exploits them as musicians on Earth. A space pilot called Shep orchestrates a rescue mission. Will be played in 800 cinemas across 40 countries. So if you're seeing this, it's probably going to be somewhere around you. Daft Punk, Legends, iconic. This movie in theaters would be cool. Going to see movies in theaters is great. I want to go see the new Interstellar. I saw Gladiator 2, liked it. With like Gladiator 2, sick, great movie experience. Did it need to be made? I don't know. Not really, but it was still fun to watch. Like with these sequels, I'm not going to spoil it, but I might be spoiling it, so just skip ahead a little bit. I'm going to like snap when I'm done if you skip ahead, or mute it or whatever. But it's like sequels and remakes sometimes like make the value of the first movie lesser from a storytelling perspective. Like, were the events of the first movie that seemed so insane and so huge, just like from the narrative and the story, like, holy shit, like Marcus or Maximus Aurelius, whatever his name is, like, he did it, he saved Rome. And then the second movie, you're like, wait, the first movie didn't really do anything, wasn't that important. Like, that's what kind of bugs me, but still fun. Okay, for everyone who had it on mute and wanted to wait. Electronic music was the most streamed genre on SoundCloud this year. This is a fun one. Released during this year's Amsterdam Dance event, another fun thing that I did. Need to go back. New data from SoundCloud proves that the electronic genre's fan base is outshining other music's communities with staggering engagement statistics. In an essential insider knowledge panel during last week's summit, or whenever this was, summit, SoundCloud CEO and house music producer Mal P revealed fresh insights into the platform's electronic music ecosystem. That's cool. Mal P's from Amsterdam too, I think. He's from the Netherlands, but the community is not only growing in size, but its listeners are the most engaged of any genre on the platform. According to data, electronic music fans are 104% more likely to share content 85% more likely to repost, and 52% more likely to comment than fans of any other genres. And most of those comments are, "Oh shit, fuck yeah, this is crazy, nah." But I love to see the support from ravers. See, that's what it's about. Ravers supporting DJs. Not ravers getting upset because this DJ is on this lineup. Oh my god, these people, da da da. Just support, man. Just be a good person. So yeah, that's great. Trance, hardcore, and house, which drives the highest engagement rates on SoundCloud, are leading in the search of activity, with the lattermost genre topping the charts for the most stream and listening time. House music, king. That's why the EForest lineup looks like this. Okay. So shout out electronic music. Shout out SoundCloud. Grammy nominations came out a little bit ago. We'll skim over these. Best Dance Electronic Album, Fortet 3. He's deserving. Justice Hyperdrama, could see Justice stealing it. Zed Telos, label thing, I'm assuming. I love Zed. I didn't listen to the album, but congratulations. Charlie XCX Brat, The Favorite, Brat Summer, everything else. I would like to see one of these other DJs win it, but I like Charlie, and what she did was undeniable. You know, shit was sick. She had this summer jumping. Shout out to all the baddies who like Charlie XCX. And then K Tronada, Timeless, another deserving guy who probably won't win, but shout out you. Best Dance / Electronic Recording, Disclosure, She's Gone, Dance On, Fortet, Loved, Fred Again and Baby Keem, Leave Me Alone, K Tronada, Witchy, Justice and Tame Impala, Never Ender. This is going to be a tight one because Disclosure song was awesome. Leave Me Alone, Fred Again and Baby Keem, no words. Fortet, Loved. Fortet, another fucking phenomenal guy. Never Ender. If they decide to give Justice and Hyperdrama the best album, I could see them giving Never Ender the best recording, best song from the best album. But yeah, other ones, Record of the Year. I always do this. Record of the Year versus Song of the Year. Sometimes that's confusing. Record of the Year deals with the specific recording of the song, mostly the technical stuff, recognizes the artists, the producers, the engineers who contributed to that recording, while Song of the Year is the composition of the song, recognizes the songwriters on the song. So that's the difference. I know every year it was like, what the fuck is the difference between this? I know, but they basically just made it to make another fucking category, I guess. But Record of the Year, The Beatles, Now and Then, Beyonce, Texas Hold'em, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Chapel Roan, Good Luck Babe, Levity Remix is insane, Charlie XCX, 360, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso, Taylor Swift and Post Malone, Fortnite. I would vote for Birds of a Feather, but that's just me. Birds of a Feather or Good Luck Babe. Song of the Year, Beyonce, Texas Hold'em, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Chapel Roan, Good Luck Babe, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile, Sabrina Carpenter, Please Please Please, Shabozy, a bar song, that's awesome that he got nominated, Taylor Swift and Post Malone, Fortnite. So, you know, maybe Billie Eilish sweeps it, maybe Chapel Roan sweeps it, maybe Kendrick Lamar or Beyonce sweep it. Maybe Sabrina Carpenter wins Record of the Year for Espresso. Please, please, please for Song of the Year. If Shabozy wins Song of the Year, I'm drinking a bottle of whiskey that night. Album of the Year, Andre 3000, New Blue Sun, Beyonce, Cowboy Carter, Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Chapel Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, Charlie XCX Brat, Jacob Collier, Jesse, Volume 4, Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet, Taylor Swift, The Tortured Poets Department. All heavy hitters. All heavy hitters. And lastly, this tweet was about a month ago, which I guess I started this prep sheet, I guess, a month ago. And have added some of the newer stuff that have happened recently to it. But I wanted to close it out with this, okay? And this kind of is full circle, actually, to like my sentiments to lineup reactions and you know, the fucking weird beef that veteran ravers and new ravers have with each other, or you know, whatever. But John Summit tweeted this, okay? He said, quote, "Okay, someone's got to say it. This app is fun and I love the community we've built, but the shit talk on artists on here lately is really hurting the morale throughout our industry." New ravers are mostly doing this because they don't know how to act. So many artists tell me that they can't even look at Twitter and it affects their mental health, and that concerns me. We all do this because we love it and we love bringing people together. We're all fam here, and I'm worried if we get too toxic, we'll lose the love that made all of this possible. Now, this shit hurts my heart. EDM is meant to be a safe place. But this genuinely does feel like a turning point. You know, dance music, everyone loves it now. Everyone loves it. Even if you don't know you love it, you love it. And it is like people who haven't experienced that magic at a rave, or didn't have the OGs show them the way, who act like this. And again, hate lives online, so this doesn't represent the majority of people. I refuse to believe that, but if you're on here talking shit to these DJs, like, you are just a lame motherfucker, man. Not to sound too corny, but let's spread some plur around, you know? Peace, love, unity, respect. People are missing the respect part of it in this topic, this tweet specifically, what John Summit is referring to. People just don't have any respect for anyone anymore, which sucks. But dance music is built on those sort of like pillars, and it's corny. I know. You might be rolling your eyes right now, but like, if you've had the experience that I have, there's just simply no reason to act that way, and it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't get anyone anywhere, and it doesn't even just apply to dance music. It could apply to anything and everything like going on in the world. So, you know, there's a lot of people who have entered the scene without the proper introduction or nurturing into the scene that bring the same bullshit that they had before when becoming fans. You know, it's about love, it's about fun, it's about having a good time. It's not about shitting on artists or their sets or judging other people for what they like. Everyone likes different things, and dance music is kind of tricky in that sense because there are so many subgenres within dance music. It'd be like if there was a genre of music just called band, and like jazz, blues, rock, metal were all just like at each other's throats about like how that kind of music sucks, like being labeled electronic music was kind of a gift and a curse in the sense that it is so big and we have this kind of giant umbrella to work under, but it's also such a big umbrella, like it can kind of get messy and disrespectful. I know not everyone is lucky enough to have the sort of experience that I had or that a lot of people have, but, you know, if you are one of these older people who are kind of questioning, you know, the direction of the scene, and like John Summit said, worried that if we're getting too toxic, you know, it'll just be, the hate will just wash over, you know, the love and the actual point of like raving. You know, it's you just gotta try your best to like open your perspective and like not be an asshole. Nobody is perfect, and the growth of the scene is so immense that it's truly crazy. There isn't enough to balance the voices or like teach people, but you know, once again, that's kind of why I wanted to do this in the first place. It falls in line. That isn't the exact motive I set out to do, but that's like this could be in my way of like kind of helping this scene grow. Not that I'm a narcissist, and not that I think I have that sort of power, because no one watches the show and I haven't done it for 3 months. But everywhere there's haters in every sort of walk of life, music, sports, movies, etc. This dialogue exists, and you're not going to completely get rid of it, and that's okay. But what makes EDM, dance music, electronic music different is that it was truly built on love, and it's a place for people to escape and make friends and memories, and all that stuff should be left behind. So I want to believe that love will win, you know? It's call me naive, but I think that love is going to win. So that's that. But I appreciate you tapping in almost 50 minutes, 45. I don't know. I stopped a couple times to drink some water and hawk some loogies because I'm coming off of a cold. But I appreciate you listening. That's Fyre episode 99. Episode 100 coming next week. I promise. Fresh set of topics. Maybe I get an interview. Who knows? But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching this. That's Fyre episode 99. My name's JD. Have a great rest of your day, night, week, month, year. Love you. Thank you.